it's honestly a W on the scoreboard to take us one step closer where we have to go. So it was a great win. All wins are great. Every win. You know, I've only won 10 since I've been here, so every one's great. So that's great. 24 hours is over, Dan, and we're on our way to get prepared for South Dakota. Focus. I want them to prepare. You know, prepare. I want them to have a great workout. The reason why we are where we're at is because the kids have got a great work ethic. They understand exactly the plan we're putting in place each week. They're working on the game plan. They're working at practice. And they're doing a good job of preparation. And I want them to continue that because they're showing that it works and they're understanding that. So I want them to continue to work. I want them to continue to prepare, and everything else will take care of itself.
I remember last year you talked about a little bit how people were patting the guys on the back after that first game against Mizzou. Just now that you got a couple of big wins on the year, just are you afraid at all of guys getting patted on the back, just kind of becoming complacent with that? People are telling them how good they are now.
First of all, the only person I'm afraid of is my wife. Okay? So I'm not afraid of anything. I was a little blown away from that, if you remember correctly, is because everybody was patting him on the back and we lost. So does it concern me? I think in the past it did. I think I pray that our team is more mature now. We have a lot of guys that have been around me and the football team for a long period of time now. So I think we're more mature, and sometimes, you know, you have to handle adversity, you have to handle success. And the way you do that is by letting 24 hours go right away, Dan, and get back to exactly what you're doing and working. I know you guys are getting tired of me saying this all the time, but that's the secret of success, is having a great work ethic and doing the same thing over and over and over to get results. Do you tweak and change? Absolutely, that's called game planning. But the bottom line of work will never change.
In that work ethic, getting some national notice, can you talk about being ranked in the top 25 for the first time in 4 years for this program?
Again, that's, you know what that is? Because I knew from talking to you last night it was probably coming. To me, that's like a beautiful oak tree. It takes 80 years to grow and 10 minutes to chop it down. So does it mean anything? We've played 4 games. That means nothing to me. Is it humbling and nice? Yes. That doesn't mean anything to me. What it means to me is working, you know, that tree. Everybody sees that beautiful tree, but what's under the tree are the roots. And those roots, you got to water them, you got to nourish them, and that's called, you know, hopefully our kids are hydrating, our kids are eating properly, they're resting properly, they're going to class, they're working, and their excuse me, their work ethic is great, their preparation is great, and those are the roots, and that keeps the tree standing.
But to have other people across the country recognize what you guys have done, you know, on the East Coast and the West Coast, that are voting on this poll.
I said it's humbling, but it doesn't mean anything. It's very humbling, and it's very nice, and I appreciate that, but let's be ranked in November.
In your defense, just talk about how proud you are of what they were able to do.
I'm happy for them, because again, the work ethic has really taken over, and they're understanding. You know, came in here when I told you that line about Dungy, about 4 years later, they're starting to understand it. It was our 4th year in the program, same defense. We've tweaked, we've changed, we've made some adjustments, but the kids are really understanding where their fits are, where they're supposed to be, and they understand that the bottom line is to, you know, play your butt off and tackle well and have good fundamentals.
Was the injury at the very beginning of the game?
Yeah, Darius is fine. Darius is fine. Went there. He stayed overnight Sunday. I guess I'm allowed to tell you this. He stayed overnight Sunday night, observation, make sure everything was okay. And he was released yesterday and actually got a standing no at the team meeting. And that's the other thing. You asked about Art. The other game ball actually went to Darius.
Was it, I mean, so it wasn't like a knee or nothing, it was just something else? You can't tell.
I'm a football coach, not a doctor. Just like you guys are sports people, not football coaches. FYI.